Hello, my name is Wilhelmina Frost.
Maybe this can make you excited to get naked and bathe with others. But I guess this is kind of, if you ever have to go to an onsen, remember what I have to say, because I'm going to give you the entire rundown of how to do an onsen, okay? So you usually like to prepare by wearing the sort of hotel or resort pajamas, and I'll give you little slippers as well. And so once you're ready to go, you usually have to bring like a towel with you from the room, unless it's like a onsen where they have towels down there. But you might need to bring a little towel with you. Usually bring 2 towels. One's a bath towel to dry yourself off, and then you bring a little towel which you can use to like scrub yourself when bathing, and also like just to kind of put on your head, or you can use it to cover your bits. If you're a little bit concerned about everyone looking at certain parts of you, which they don't. I don't think so. At least, I mean, I've never been to the women's one, but we kind of keep to ourselves. I don't know what the men are like. If any men who have been to an onsen want to weigh in, and if you're all like having, you know, comparison contests or something.
団長じゃあ一体楽しみ方って何ですか
決まってんだろ覗くぞ女風呂
I don't know what gets on in there, but at least in the women's bath we just we stick to ourselves, you know. You don't be sword fighting in there. We keep us women keep our sword fighting to the training grounds. No, they don't grope each other like in your moving picture stories.
あれなんだよつぐみお前男装なんかしてる割にいい体してるじゃないかちょっと触らせろいや
But you select a locker, anyone that has a key in it will do, because that's free. And then you put your big towel in there, usually, and you keep your small towel. You take off all of your clothes. When you're in the onsen, it's Pants Off Friday. So you take it all off in that locker room. And then you head on down to the showering area. So usually you'll enter kind of like the wet space, which is basically like, it's kind of like a second locker room, but it's just shower cubicles. Like there's cubicles for showering. There'll be like little shower stools. At least I'm talking about like the female experience. I'm not sure if the males, I don't know if they're all just in one communal shower and they're like, yeah bro, looking good. So we'd be the lords of this locker room. Yes, exactly. Yeah bro, looking good. So when you get into the shower, you want to be very thorough, because you're about to enter the people soup. You're about to enter the onsen, and you want to keep this as pure and clean as possible, so you must be pure and clean. Take your time with it, really enjoy it. It's meant to be, I think it's all part of the experience. Sometimes I like the shower the most but before I even get into the bath, just, you know, just enjoying hot water and having a moment of calm. Once you've had your shower and you're completely clean, you can then cover your bits with your towel if you so need to, and then you head into the onsen. So generally, like, the etiquette is, you know, you can just walk into whatever bath, just make sure you kind of, like, you probably don't want to be, you know, shoulder to shoulder with someone. If there's room in the bath, you want to spread yourself out a little bit. But you can either sit on the edge, or you can immerse yourself into it if it's a bit too hot. Yeah, you don't jump into it. No cannonballs. It's not like a pool. You can just walk into. You can gently immerse yourself into it, and then you can move around the onsen and just fine. Usually, it's it's not so deep that you can't just like sit down in it. You can usually sit down and have. If you have long hair, you have to tie it up. So I always make sure to bring a hair tie to make sure all my hair is out. Otherwise, that's a faux pas if you have any of your hair swimming in the onsen water. Even just thinking about it. And it just is a really nice time to sit and reflect and like contemplate on things. How long do I typically stay in the water? Until I'm no longer like happy there. If it's too hot, I might only spend a couple of minutes in it before sort of moving on. If it's like a good temperature, or I found a good balance, or I'm able to kind of sit in and out, I might spend like 10 or 15 minutes. If it's like one of those like those super amazing onsen that have like 5 different baths, you better believe I'm in there for an hour just trying them all. Oh, and there's yeah, there usually is like there's hot baths, and there's also sometimes a cold bath, where if you do feel like you've overheated from being in the onsen, you can go in there. And yeah, sometimes there's a sauna. But yeah, and sometimes like the water is like thermal, like thermal hot springs water, or like mineral water, or they've infused it with special, I don't know, magical essence from the jungles of somewhere. I don't know. And you know, I haven't got to like, so onsenning is only the middle portion of it. There's also the there's the after part. So once you've had your bathing, once you've relaxed and you've had your bath time and it's all lovely and you feel like so you know, steamy and relaxed, so this is the best part. Generally at an onsen or an onsen resort, they do have how do I put it? Like, okay, at the minimum, they'll have a vending machine. At the maximum, they'll provide amenities of like free, like food and drink. At some of the onsen that I've stayed at before, free ice cream. They had like free ice creams that you could have after the onsen. I also love the part after the onsen where there's like adjacent to the locker room. In the female onsen, at least, is like a secondary sort of dressing room, or like a powder room, kind of.
They don't have a good bathroom to do coke in.
Where they have generally like facial skincare products and hair dryers. It's really nice. I love the onsen, and I love going to the onsen, and I love relaxing in an onsen, and I love it so much. It's my favorite thing to do in Japan. Would I invite Malice and BB to an onsen, or is it not really? No, I absolutely would, without a second's hesitation. If Malice or BB or anyone else wanted to go to the onsen with me, I'm more than happy to. I've been to the onsen with friends before. No, you also don't group then. I think you still leave everyone to their own devices, but you can just enjoy being relaxed together. A women night and onsen episode. So yes, if you're looking for an idea of like a inspiration for art to draw me in, onsen, because that is true to life. I love the onsen. I have to wear the butterfly hairpin in the onsen too. People think it's weird, but I just say it's surgically attached.
Did you have your fun? That's all I've got. That's probably all I can do. But I hope that helps. So